January 17th, 2026. That's a date the Premier League won't forget anytime soon. The Manchester Derby. It was supposed to be a straightforward showcase for the champs, right? But it turned into something else. Something nobody saw coming.
2-0. Yep, that was the final score. Just let that sink in for a second. A massive, stunning victory for Manchester United that did way more than just win them bragging rights. This result sent absolute shockwaves through the entire league.
So, the big question is, how on earth did this happen? How did a Manchester United team with a brand new manager just completely take apart the reigning champions? Well, that is exactly the story we're about to unpack. All right, let's get into it. And look, calling this an upset is a massive understatement. Manchester United didn't just scrape by here. They convincingly beat a Manchester City side that, let's be honest, looked pretty much unbeatable coming into this match.
So how'd they do it? Well, the real damage came in this absolutely blistering 10-minute spell in the second half. First, you've got a lightning-fast counterattack. Bruno Fernandes threads it through to Bryan Mbeumo, and bang, 65th minute, it's 1-0. Then just over 10 minutes later, Patrick Dorgu gets on the end of a Matheus Cunha cross to seal the deal. 2 goals, 2 clinical moments, and that was the derby.
But here's the thing, this was not a lucky win, not by a long shot. This was a straight-up tactical masterclass. And to really get how United pulled this off, we have to look at the game plan from the new man in the dugout. And this is where the story gets even crazier. This was Michael Carrick's first official match as the permanent manager. I mean, talk about a debut. He didn't just get the win. He completely outthought one of the best managers in the world. So what was his plan? It was actually built on 3, you could say, simple pillars, but they were executed to perfection. Number 1, press relentlessly. Just give City absolutely no time to breathe on the ball. Second, an incredibly disciplined defense that frustrated them at every single turn. And third, the moment they won the ball back, those counterattacks were razor sharp. It was basically the perfect antidote to City's whole possession-based style. Of course, you can have the best plan in the world, but you need the players to execute it. And United had leaders all over the pitch, especially in the middle of the park. Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes were just immense. They controlled the whole rhythm of the game and made sure Carrick's strategy worked flawlessly. Okay, but a story like this always has 2 sides, right? For every winner, there's a loser. And to really appreciate what United did, we kind of have to look at what went so disastrously wrong for Manchester City, the team everyone expected to win. Just take a look at this possession stat. 68%. I mean, if you only saw this number, you'd think City completely rammed the show. And yeah, they had the ball, they passed it around a ton, but as you're about to see, possession means absolutely nothing if you don't do anything with it. And this right here, this tells the real story of the match. With all that time on the ball, City managed just a single shot on target, 1, in the entire game. Meanwhile, United, with way less of the ball, were ruthless. They had 6 shots on target and scored twice. It's just a staggering difference between tactical efficiency and, well, total ineffectiveness. So, what was the problem? Well, a huge part of it was their goal-scoring machine, Erling Haaland. He was completely invisible, basically a ghost in this game. And that was all down to a phenomenal defensive job by Harry Maguire and Lisandro Martinez. They just gave him absolutely zero room to operate. You know, this loss was about so much more than just dropping 3 points. It completely shattered City's momentum. That formidable 13-game unbeaten streak in the Premier League, gone. Just like that. And believe it or not, the drama wasn't even over. United actually had the ball on the net a 3rd time, a goal from Mason Mount, but VAR pulled it back for a super tight offside call. That just kept the tension cranked up to 11, right until the final whistle. So after all that, what does this one derby result actually mean for the bigger picture? Well, the fallout is huge. It has completely shaken up the entire Premier League title race. Okay, let's break down the table and see the real damage. First, look at United. This win catapults them right into the top 4. But now look at City. For them, this is a disaster. They're now in danger of falling a whole 9 points behind Arsenal at the top, and Arsenal still have a game in hand. City could even slip below Aston Villa. Seriously, in just 90 minutes, this title race has been blown wide open. And all of this leaves us with the biggest question of all, doesn't it? Their unbeaten streak is over, that aura of invincibility has been shattered. So, is this just a blip for Manchester City, or is this the start of a real crisis that could end up costing them the Premier League title? I guess any time will tell.